As I've grown older, I've found myself increasingly retreating from social interactions and gatherings. This shift wasn't sudden, but rather a gradual realization that being around people is no longer as fulfilling or necessary as it once was. At 70, I've come to understand that avoiding people brings me a sense of peace and clarity that I didn't know I needed. Let me explain why. In my younger years, I thrived in the hustle and bustle of life. The noise, the chatter, the endless stream of activity. These were once exhilarating. But now, I crave silence. I have learned to appreciate the serenity that comes with solitude. The world feels quieter, calmer, and more manageable when I am alone. Most social interactions have become repetitive and shallow. Small talk, once a necessary social lubricant, feels tedious now. I long for deeper conversations, ones that explore life's mysteries and share profound insights. But these are rare, and rather than wade through countless surface-level exchanges, I choose to step away. Interacting with others requires energy, mental, emotional, and sometimes physical. At this stage in life, I have less energy to spare. Conversations, remembering names and details, maintaining eye contact, and being present in a discussion can be draining. I prefer to conserve my energy for activities that genuinely enrich my life. As we age, health becomes a more significant concern. Crowded places increase the risk of illness, and even a common cold can have severe consequences for someone my age. By avoiding people, I reduce the risk of getting sick, and that's a priority for me now. My priorities have shifted. Time is finite, and I am more selective about how I spend it. I prefer to invest it in activities that bring me joy and fulfillment, such as reading, gardening, or simply sitting quietly and reflecting on life. Social obligations often feel like a waste of this precious time. The world is rife with negativity, arguments, gossip, complaints. I've lived through enough to know that these things don't add value to my life. By avoiding people, I shield myself from unnecessary stress and drama, allowing me to maintain a more positive outlook. There is immense joy in solitude. It's in these moments that I feel most connected to myself and the world around me. Whether it's listening to the birds in the morning or watching the sunset in the evening, solitude offers a profound sense of peace that I rarely find in social settings. At 70, I spend more time reflecting on life, what I've done, what I've learned, and what it all means. These contemplations require solitude. Being around people can be distracting, pulling me away from this valuable introspection. Every moment is precious. I no longer feel the need to fill my days with meetings, phone calls, or gatherings. I am content spending my time on simple pleasures, and that often means being alone. Over the years, I've learned that genuine connections are rare. Many relationships are built on convenience rather than mutual respect or shared values. I prefer to nurture a few deep, meaningful relationships rather than spread myself thin over numerous superficial ones. I am comfortable with who I am. I no longer feel the need for external validation or approval from others. This self-contentment reduces my need to be around people, as I find all the affirmation I need within myself. Avoiding people gives me a sense of autonomy and freedom. I am free to spend my days as I choose, without the constraints of social obligations or expectations. This freedom is liberating and deeply satisfying. I have a lifetime of memories to reflect upon. Instead of creating new memories with others, I often prefer to revisit the old ones, savoring the lessons and joys they bring. It's a personal journey that doesn't require company. With age comes wisdom, but also judgment from others. People often have opinions about how I should live my life at 70. By avoiding people, I escape the burden of these judgments and live life on my own terms. Ultimately, what I seek now is inner peace. Solitude offers a tranquility that is hard to find in the company of others. It's in this quiet space that I feel most at ease, most myself. Life is simpler when you don't have to navigate the complexities of social dynamics. There are no misunderstandings, no hurt feelings, and no expectations to meet. This simplicity is a welcome relief at this stage in life, where I seek to eliminate unnecessary complications. In many social settings, there's an unspoken pressure to perform, to be cheerful, or to say the right things. I no longer feel the need to conform to these societal expectations. By avoiding people, I can be my authentic self without the need for pretense. With time, I've come to see that people often disappoint, whether through unmet expectations, broken promises, or simple human flaws. By keeping my distance, I protect myself from these disappointments and maintain a more balanced emotional state. I now have the freedom to immerse myself fully in hobbies and passions I may have neglected in the past. Whether it's painting, writing, or tending to my garden, these solo activities bring me immense joy and require no social interaction. Personal growth often happens in solitude. It's in these quiet moments that I can read, learn, and grow at my own pace. Socializing often interrupts this process, pulling me away from the time I need to evolve as a person. Solitude allows me to live more mindfully. I can eat, walk, and breathe with awareness, fully present in each moment without the distractions that come with socializing. This mindfulness enhances the quality of my life. Society often pressures individuals to conform to its norms and values. At 70, I've shed these societal pressures. By avoiding people, I can live according to my own values, free from the influence of others' expectations. For me, avoiding people creates a space to nurture my spirituality. Whether through meditation, prayer, or quiet contemplation, solitude helps me connect with a higher power and find deeper meaning in life. Social interactions often come with emotional baggage, conflicts, misunderstandings, and unresolved issues. Avoiding people helps me avoid these emotional entanglements, allowing for a lighter, more peaceful existence. Time alone allows me to appreciate nature more deeply. Whether it's a quiet walk in the woods or sitting by a river, these moments in nature are more profound and uninterrupted when I'm alone, away from the distractions of others. As I've aged, I've come to reevaluate the relationships in my life. I now focus on the ones that truly matter and let go of those that no longer serve me. Avoiding people helps in this process of decluttering my social world. Social media often presents a distorted view of life and relationships. By avoiding people and their curated lives online, I avoid the stress and anxiety that can come from comparing my life to others' highlight reels. Avoiding people allows me to live without regret. I spend my days in ways that truly fulfill me, without the need to please others or meet societal expectations, ensuring that my time is spent meaningfully. In solitude, I am free from the judgmental eyes of society. I can wear what I want, think what I want, and live how I want without worrying about others' opinions. This freedom is invaluable. Often, social interactions dredge up the past, old stories, past mistakes, or bygone relationships. By avoiding people, I can focus on the present and future. Rather than being pulled back into chapters of my life, I'd rather leave closed. Avoiding people doesn't mean avoiding everyone. It allows me to focus more on the few loved ones who truly matter, giving them my undivided attention and love, without the distractions of a large social circle. Social interactions, especially with larger groups, can be stressful. There's always an underlying tension to manage different personalities and expectations. By avoiding people, I reduce this stress and enjoy a calmer life. In solitude, I've rediscovered joys from my childhood, things I used to love but left behind in the rush of adult life. Whether it's simple games, hobbies, or music, these joys come alive again in the peace of solitude. Creativity flourishes in solitude. Without the constant noise of the outside world, I find it easier to create, whether it's through writing, painting, or simply thinking creatively about life's problems. Life is filled with hurts and scars, and healing takes time. Solitude gives me the space to heal from old wounds, both physical and emotional, without the distractions or pressures of social life. Many social norms feel superficial and unnecessary at this point in life. Avoiding people means I don't have to engage in these rituals, freeing me from the constraints of societal expectations. As we age, people often have expectations about how we should behave, dress, or think. By avoiding others, I free myself from these expectations, allowing me to live authentically and in alignment with my true self. Social interactions can be mentally exhausting, especially when dealing with difficult personalities or tense situations. Avoiding people allows me to protect my mental health, keeping anxiety and stress at bay. In a world that constantly pushes us to move faster and do more, avoiding people has allowed me to slow down. I can enjoy life at my own pace, savoring each moment without the rush of societal pressures. At this stage in life, I value quality over quantity in all things, including relationships. I prefer a few meaningful interactions over numerous shallow ones, and this means stepping back from the crowds. With age comes a desire for peace, and social interactions often bring conflict. By avoiding people, I minimize confrontations, arguments, and disagreements, leading to a more harmonious life. Social situations can create anxiety, especially when navigating complex relationships or social cues. Avoiding people helps me sidestep these anxieties, allowing for a more peaceful and anxiety-free existence. Being alone helps me live more fully in the present. I'm not distracted by social plans or interactions, which means I can focus entirely on what I'm doing at the moment, whether it's enjoying a cup of tea or reading a book. In solitude, I am free from the need for approval from others. I live my life based on my own values and desires rather than seeking validation from social circles or acquaintances. Avoiding people has increased my self-sufficiency. I've learned to rely on myself more, solving problems and finding joy in my own company, which is empowering at any age. Time alone has become one of my most cherished states. It allows me to think deeply, plan my days thoughtfully, and engage in activities that are fulfilling without the need for external input or interaction. Through solitude, I've cultivated a rich inner world filled with thoughts, memories, and creative ideas. This inner world is a source of comfort and inspiration that social interactions often cannot provide. Social gatherings often lead to gossip and discussions about others' lives, something I no longer have patience for. By avoiding people, I distance myself from these unproductive and sometimes harmful conversations. With fewer social obligations, I've had the time to rediscover passions I once set aside. Whether it's painting, crafting, or writing, these activities bring me joy and satisfaction, and they thrive in the quiet of solitude. Misunderstandings are common in social settings and can lead to unnecessary strife. By limiting my social interactions, I avoid these miscommunications, fostering a more peaceful life. Life's simple pleasures often get overlooked in the noise of social life. Now, I find joy in the small things, watching the sunrise, listening to the rain, or tending to my garden. These moments are more meaningful without the distraction of others. Silence has become one of my greatest teachers. In the absence of conversation, I've learned to listen more deeply, to myself, to nature, and to the world around me. This has provided insights and wisdom I might have missed in a more social life. Living more independently has strengthened my resilience. I've become more capable of handling life's challenges on my own, which is empowering and rewarding. Avoiding people has led me to embrace a more minimalist lifestyle, not just in terms of possessions, but also in terms of emotional baggage and unnecessary social ties. Life feels lighter and more manageable now. Social life often demands adherence to schedules and timelines. By choosing solitude, I honor my own natural rhythm, waking, eating, and sleeping according to what feels right for my body and mind. My home has become a sanctuary, a place of peace and comfort where I can retreat from the world. This space is sacred to me and is best enjoyed in solitude, free from external intrusions. Social interactions often drive consumer behavior, dining out, shopping, or engaging in expensive activities. Avoiding people helps me resist these pressures and live a more frugal, content life. Without the distractions of social life, I've found a deeper sense of gratitude for what I have. Simple things like a good book, a warm cup of tea, or a quiet afternoon are sources of immense satisfaction. Routine brings comfort in my daily life. Social interactions can often disrupt this routine, while solitude allows me to maintain a steady, predictable rhythm that keeps me grounded and content. Socializing often requires emotional labor, managing others' feelings, offering support, or navigating complex social cues. Avoiding people reduces this burden, allowing me to focus on my emotional well-being. At 70, I've learned the importance of reclaiming my time. Social engagements can consume large portions of the day, while solitude ensures that my time is spent on what truly matters to me. Through solitude, I've built inner strength and resilience. Without the constant influence or validation of others, I've learned to rely on my own judgment and inner compass to navigate life's challenges. Peace has become my top priority. Social settings can often be chaotic or emotionally taxing, while solitude guarantees a peaceful environment where I can relax and recharge. Interacting with younger generations can sometimes be challenging due to differing worldviews or values. By avoiding these interactions, I sidestep potential misunderstandings or frustrations, maintaining harmony in my daily life. I've become more focused on the legacy I wish to leave behind. Solitude allows me the space to reflect on my life's work and contributions without the noise of external opinions or distractions. Avoiding people has helped me embrace the aging process gracefully. Without societal pressures to look or act a certain way, I can age on my own terms, accepting the changes that come with time. My health has become a top priority. Solitude allows me to dedicate time to exercise, proper nutrition, and rest, without the disruptions that often come with a busy social life. In many social circles, judgment can be harsh, whether about appearance, choices, or lifestyle. By distancing myself from people, I free myself from these judgments, living in a way that feels right for me. Even routine tasks like cooking, cleaning, or organizing bring me joy when done in solitude. These tasks become meditative, offering a sense of accomplishment and peace without external interruptions. I still engage with people, but I do so selectively. By choosing who to spend time with, I ensure that my interactions are meaningful and enriching rather than obligatory or draining. Avoiding large social circles has allowed me to strengthen bonds with my immediate family. These deeper connections are more rewarding and valuable than spreading my attention across many acquaintances. Social obligations can feel burdensome, especially when they're not aligned with my desires. Solitude frees me from these commitments, allowing me to spend time in ways that genuinely fulfill me. Over the years, I've learned to recognize toxic relationships. By avoiding people, I distance myself from those who bring negativity, focusing instead on cultivating positive and uplifting connections. Solitude has become a fertile ground for creativity. Without the distractions of social life, my mind is free to wander and create, whether through art, writing, or simply imagining new possibilities. Avoiding people has given me time to rediscover old books, music, and films that I loved in the past. These treasures bring me comfort and nostalgia, enriching my life in quiet, meaningful ways. Peer pressure doesn't disappear with age. It just changes form. By avoiding people, I sidestep the subtle pressures to conform to certain behaviors or lifestyles, living instead in alignment with my own values. Solitude allows me to nurture both my mind and body through meditation, reading, or gentle exercise. These practices keep me balanced and healthy, both physically and mentally. I've created a home environment that reflects my desire for peace and tranquility. This space is a sanctuary that I enjoy most when it's quiet and free from the disruptions of social visits. Social interactions can sometimes bring unnecessary drama and conflict. By stepping away from people, I avoid these situations, ensuring my life remains calm and serene. Through solitude, I've developed a deeper sense of self-awareness. I've learned more about my own thoughts, feelings, and motivations, which has led to greater personal growth and understanding. Social fatigue is real, especially as I age. Constant interaction can be exhausting, while solitude rejuvenates me, providing the rest and calm my body and mind need.